Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. Weekly Watch Report on Monday.
Nailed it. I was waiting.
I felt my ovaries move with that one because of my period.
The thrust. It's too much of a
I
thrust.
actually felt it.
You hit that thrust.
I hit that thrust hard. All right.
Oh man. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I have some new things. Excited.
Yeah. Okay.
Excited for some new things. Okay.
Okay.
I watched the Beckham documentary.
I did as well.
I watched 2.
Great
Did you watch
documentary.
all 4 episodes?
3 of them.
3 of them.
But I'm still gonna grade it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it an A.
I loved it.
Really
I
good.
really enjoyed it. It's
loved
one of
every
my
second.
favorite documentaries in a long time. I learned a lot
I agree.
that I did not know about the Beckham family.
Same.
You know what? Like, Victoria Beckham really has a great sense of humor. And I think
She doesn't. The media's never portrayed her like that.
And I think when we picture her fighting with Nicola,
yeah.
we picture like a mean British mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a new view on that. And I just really love David and her's relationship. And I think that they have been through a lot and they have weathered a storm.
Yeah.
I didn't know that David Beckham was one of the most hated men in England at one point.
I had no idea.
No idea.
Like, I've always thought David Beckham was so beloved all this whole time.
I absolutely agree. I thought any thing that I heard about him, I was like, oh, great soccer player, more handsome man, like that was, but that was really such a big thing. Obviously,
it was a big thing, and to hear that they would chant "Posh Spice takes it up the ass" like in a full stadium,
Well,
and then he was only better.
Those football fans are fucking ruthless.
Okay,
man.
so when we were talking about who's more famous, and we said Taylor Swift is the most famous. Yeah, we really didn't think about the soccer fans in the world.
Oh, I mean, yes, that's always.
I mean, because
we didn't think about it in the moment, but that's always the biggest.
Right.
Like everyone
Ronaldo.
will always say Messi or Ronaldo.
Right, but also, what about David Beckham?
He's pretty famous.
David
Yeah.
Beckham is so fucking famous.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
wow. So I'm gonna give that an A because I just really enjoyed that. Is one of my favorite documentaries I've watched in a long time because I felt like it was really about somebody so interesting that has accomplished so much, their whole family.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about somebody who's so famous that you know them, but you don't really know them.
Did you also? And it made me obviously go down a rabbit hole too. I was like, damn, we were just too young. A lot of affair scandals and all the crazy things. I was listening as I was watching. I was like, this guy's voice sounds so familiar. The director, Fisher, is his name. And I Googled it, and it's Hugo from Succession. It's the guy that directed
really?
the whole thing.
Wait, Hugo?
Interesting.
Hugo from Succession.
Is he like the kind of skinny?
Yeah, with the beard, bald.
Yeah.
He made the whole thing. And
Wow.
that's his voice talking back. Because when he was talking back
Yeah.
at some points, I was like, it's a very distinct voice.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It was him. So just really, really, I agree with you. It's very well done.
So that gets an A for me. I watched Totally Killer on Prime Video. It's a new movie with Kiernan Shipka
Okay.
and Olivia Holt and the mom from Modern Family.
Julian Bowen.
Yes, and a couple other people. It's a horror / comedy. Like, it's not scary,
Okay.
but the elements to it are like people get murdered.
Okay.
It was good. It was fine.
Okay.
Like, it was a good.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good watch.
Yeah.
I was interested the whole time. I wanted to see where it went.
I've not even
I
heard
would
of this.
recommend it for you. You would like it.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it promoted?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, I
Not
liked
at
it.
all.
Around this time of year, I thought it was a good movie.
Oh, that's fair.
So I'm gonna give it a
Does it kind of fall would you say it's kind of like Scream-esque, where it's
no.
no.
Scream is scarier.
Scream scary. Okay.
This is way less scary than that.
Gotcha.
This is not scary at all, really.
Okay.
there's murders, but it's not.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that gets a C+.
Okay.
Because I enjoyed it, and it was good.
Middle
for the
of the
time
road.
season. Middle of the road movie. Watched it Sunday morning before football started.
Yep.
Love is Blind.
It's
None of these people should get married.
No.
None of these people should get married. None of them.
No.
None of them. Not gonna work.
I will say the release, the way that they release these episodes
It's so frustrating.
they gotta do a better job, because you lose. I can only speak for myself, but you lose people. Like, it just becomes so like putting out 4 first. You grabs everybody in, and then to go 3 weeks until the end, it's just too long.
Do 4 and 4, and then
I know these 2 episodes that just came out on Friday the wedding episode should have came out as well.
everything should have been out by now, because
So annoying.
it's dragged along now, and none of them should get married. None of them should get married. That's my stance. I don't have much to say about it besides I hope none of them get married.
No, and then you really have to, like, you forget that, these people are really getting married. Like, definitely not a good sign of when Izzy, I guess they got into some kind of fight, and then they were talking about it afterwards, and we were sort of filling in the blanks because we didn't see the fight. But I guess he's got real bad credit. Doesn't have a credit
card. Really bad. He has really bad credit.
Really bad credit. Which is just so, it's just like, if I was her, I'd be like, only not that is the problem, but it totally did seem like he was lying about it. They had that whole conversation in the kitchen, like, where they were openly talking about money, and she was like, we got to talk about money, and talking about her family and their situation and everything. And clearly he did not want to say it on camera, I guess, but it came out in its own way, this way. Mm-hmm. And I like him being like, no, I just wanted to, like, have a real conversation about it, not like bring it up. She's like, well, there was plenty of openings for you to bring it up.
I think that they are going to end up getting married because Milton and Lydia are definitely not getting married. Like,
I truly feel like Milton and Lydia are going to get married
after that big fight that they got at dinner. I don't.
Yeah, I think. Kind of.
Oh, I don't think so.
But I think it's going to come down to, like, who goes first. Like, I think Lydia, if they ask Lydia first, she's going to be like, yeah, I do. And then I think Milton might be like, oh, okay, sure.
I think we might shock the world, or they might shock the world, and Lydia might say no.
Would not be the worst thing to happen.
None of these
obviously.
people should get married. So that's Love is Blind.
Yeah. And big there was quite the accusation as well from did you see that last week? From a contestant that was on season 5. I don't know if she's taking action against them, or she was just shared her experience, but is not featured in any of the episodes, but she filmed for season 5. She's suing the production company after claiming she was sexually assaulted on set by her former fiance, and Kinetic, that's the production company, allegedly did nothing to stop it. In the suit, she also claimed she was falsely imprisoned while filming, and producers acted with negligence. And the creator of Love is Blind spoke out and said that, the production was never told that she felt unsafe or experienced any of the allegations that she made. Not good.
That's not good.
Really not good. And I will say that this is not the first time people have had things to say about the production company behind Love is Blind.
Yeah, and I will say this, watching, I'm trying not to speak for the people on the show, and because I don't know, this is a total assumption by me.
Yeah.
But when Lydia tried to get up from the fight with Uche, how did she make her way back?
Yeah,
in my opinion, I'm like, are producers telling her she has to go back and sit down?
Yeah.
Because she got up and then was all of a sudden back. And I'm like, are they, and also feeding them a lot of alcohol. There was a heavy pour from that waiter into Milton's glass.
I think there's a lot more production involvement in this show than people talk about.
Yeah, because even Uche wrote it on his Instagram, so
Yeah.
really not good.
No.
And then the last thing, I watched Desperate Housewives and I watched Bobby Flay, but I'm not going to keep incorporating those because that's just something I'm going to continue watching. I watched Fair Play, the movie on Netflix. I thought it was really good.
I agree.
thought Ken Jack, who works here, he tweeted out like it's one of the better movies that Netflix has put out.
Agreed.
And Netflix always puts out good movies, but like this was like the acting and the
they were
drama,
both fantastic.
like they were really
Really
fantastic
good. Yeah.
actors, like totally on the edge of my seat the whole time. I enjoyed it. It was a good Friday night movie. Stayed in, watched that. So I'm gonna give Fair Play a B.
Okay, great.
B plus.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I'm in the same.
I'm somewhere in between those two.
I'm in the same.
B
Field.
and a half.
Fair. An A
B
combo.
0.5
Yeah.
B plus. Yeah, that's what I watched.
Okay, I watched Love Is Blind as well. I will give those episodes a C. I also watched Fair Play. I'll give it a B plus. It was good.
B 0.5.
Yeah, like a A point -5 plus 5. I watched the Beckham documentary. A.
Mm-hmm.
I was captivated, locked in. I honestly like rewatched the first 2 episodes because I started it and then Joe came home and he's like, "Oh, he's watching it without me." And I was like, "Oh shoot, sorry. I didn't want," and I knew he wanted to watch, but I just didn't want to wait.
You were too excited.
I just didn't want to wait, and then I ended up watching the first 2 episodes over again because
it was worth it.
It was worth it. I will give that an A. I thought it was fantastic. And we started 5-Star Chef on Netflix. I've only watched 2 episodes, but I'm intrigued.
You have my interest.
Yeah, good cooking competition show. It is. I only watched 2 episodes, but the premise is that a Michelin star chef restaurateur, he's holding this competition to find the next head chef for the restaurant in this 5-star hotel in London. And they have different chefs from all over the world coming and preparing, 5-star.
It's like the
meals.
Bradley Cooper movie.
Yes. Yes. And they're cooking like these crazy things and with crazy price points and like all these things. Very much enjoyed. Watched the first 2 episodes. I'll give that a B. Reality TV, cruising through it. D'Amelio show, I'm up to date on. I'll give that a C. I'm entertained for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about last week, Mark has opened up more about how he did not handle the whole Dancing with the Stars thing very well. And Dixie, a lot of that landed on Dixie, which I felt bad for her. Did you know that she was like an incredible BMX bike rider? Like when she was younger, they went to the park.
I feel like Dixie is filled with talents.
No, it was crazy. She was like, I don't know how old she was, but she was like, I was like 5th in the nation. Like she was like, if I kept doing it, like I could have competed in the Olympics probably.
That's
but
crazy.
she stopped.
That's an insane,
tricks?
being
BMX racing.
Being able to
racing.
be a BMX person, is maybe one of the coolest things you can do.
I know.
Because
I tried
I
it
wouldn't.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
For a second.
And I was like, damn, that is very cool. Housewives, Salt Lake City has been very entertaining. I think I talked about that last week, so I can just grade this. I'll grade this past week's episode as a B-. I haven't watched. I'm behind on New York because there was a new episode last night, so I haven't watched that one yet. And Kardashians, the second episode, I will give a C. It's hard to watch, because a lot of that last episode was like very Tristan oriented, and I feel bad for Chloe. She really feel like she just is such a kind soul. She took in Tristan and his brother, and Tristan's mom passed, and he's staying in their house, and she's kind of like, hey, I like appreciate you being here and like being a good dad, but like boundaries, we need some. And I believe that was everything. Oh, I finished. I'm like a couple episodes into season 3 of Suits. Season 2, loved.
The finale.
I thought season 2, the second half of season 2, like pulled me back in, where I was like, okay, this is it got, because season 1 I was like, okay, fine, like end of season 1, but season 2 into season 3, very good. I think. Didn't realize that everybody from Game of Thrones decided to be on this show at some point. Like everybody just had a role on Suits.
Who is on?
The British lawyer is I'm bad with remembering any of their names from Game of Thrones, but he was the he was like on the council related. Was he the guy that was dickless? Wasn't that guy? You know what I'm thinking of? Or was that Littlefinger?
No. The guy that was dickless was
that was the guy, the son.
Yeah, was what's his face? Greyjoy.
Yeah, but what's the one I'm thinking of that was? Oh boy.
I'm just gonna Google Suits in Game of Thrones.
Well, the mom is definitely in it. Lord Varys.
Yeah, the names don't do anything for me, but yeah, the mom.
Lord Varys is the British guy from the British law firm.
You know what? I didn't make that connection.
The
because he has hair.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, he doesn't even really have hair. He is kind of bald. And that's why I was also like, oh, I had no idea. And Lady Stark is like the oil lady all throughout the end of like the second season.
In this show.
Yeah. But they just kept popping up. And I was like, oh my God, another Game of Thrones person. But I will give, like, I finished the end of second half of season 2, beginning of season 3. I will give a B+. I definitely, it's pulled me in. You know, poor Lewis.
See, you go, it's a roller coaster.
It's a love-hate relationship with
I'm
him.
sure it is.
Because you'll feel poor Lewis and you'll be like, this guy's an asshole.
By the way, our Lewis shirts are still on sale.
Yeah, and they are great. But you know, like season 2, he was so excited. He thought he was gonna have Mike on his team, and then it just didn't work out. And he was so sad with the cake. I was like, oh, poor Lewis. But yes, obviously, I'm sure that's continue to be up and down. The guy's made some poor decisions, he's made some bad moves, and I'm sure that'll just continue. And that is everything I watched.
Okay, I watched this new show on Max called Our Flag Means Death. Have you heard of it?
Nope.
No.
It's set in the 1700s, and it's like a comedy. It's this group of outcasts who they're all trying to be pirates, and I would describe it as like The Office on a boat in the 1700s.
Interesting.
Kind of. Like no one, the captain, no one respects, and they all make fun of him, and he's just trying to be like, he's too nice, but they're like, we're pirates. It's funny.
Okay.
It's funny. I would recommend it.
Different.
It's easy. I only watched because
it's Taika Waititi.
he directed it.
No, he's in it.
Oh.
He's the captain.
Huh? Oh, he's not the captain that
I mean, his character says Captain Blackbeard.
Oh, he's on a different ship, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I only saw it because I was struggling with the Netflix thing is like on and off where if it's working or not on my TV. So I was like, what's on Max these days?
Had to switch over.
And switch over. I'll give it a B.
I'm surprised there hasn't been any new Apple TV content that you've watched.
Well, not new, but I'm getting there.
Oh.
Fair Play I watched. And yeah, I thought it was very intense, but I liked it. And I feel like I've never really seen Phoebe Dynevor act before. What has she been in? She was
Bridgerton.
good. See, I didn't watch Bridgerton.
Yeah.
But she was really good. And then the morning show, Apple TV.
Morning show's back.
Morning show's back.
John Hamm is in this one, right?
He is. And it's just not that great. Like, and I've heard that from other people too.
I've heard that too.
I've watched. I mean, I'm caught up now. I watched 5 episodes, and it's just like so dumb. It's just
that
like
just
they've run out
reminded
of
me that I
everything.
have to watch the Only Murders finale. I haven't watched it.
That's a show that I don't know why I haven't been able to just. I watched season 1, loved it, and then never continued. I don't know why. I just can't get. Back
I don't
into
know
it.
why either. Every season's been great.
But yeah, the morning show, it feels like they're just like running out of, and they're also trying too hard to like be parallel with like real life events.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of corny.
Yeah.
So I'll give that one. I gave Fair Play a B+. I don't know if I said that, but a C- for the morning show. I'll still watch it, but it's just
Nothing's going to compare to the first season of the morning show.
Yeah.
Like, that was really good.
yeah, and like Steve Carell's gone. And,
Right.
okay, I watched the whole series on Netflix. Super Pumped. Have you heard of this?
No.
No.
It's really? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. The whole show. It's a 7-episode like series. It's about the whole start of Uber.
Oh.
And it's
Okay.
like this
Yes.
crazy story that I
did
didn't
see
know.
that.
I had never heard of like any of this, and like the CEO of Uber is like crazy, but definitely worth a watch.
Doesn't Uber have like kind of like a like the Uber
It kind of made me like
the
guilty.
CEO didn't he kind of have like a similar situation to like the WeWork guy? Like it was like you just
What's the WeWork? I don't know the WeWork thing.
you didn't watch the WeWork documentaries
No.
about it? No.
No,
Anne
But the-
Hathaway and
no,
no, you didn't watch them.
the WeWork.
No.
It's a
I
show-
didn't watch them either.
It was like a super popular show on.
No, I
on
know, but I
Hulu.
Is
didn't
it a
watch them.
documentary or a show?
No, it was the show.
Never heard of this.
It was Adam Driver and Anne Hathaway.
Never.
No,
heard
it
of
was Jared Leto.
Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Adam Driver wasn't in that?
Nope. We crashed.
Oh, maybe I'll check that out. But I don't know what happened there. But yeah, crazy story. Because I had always heard like when Uber started out, like they don't treat their drivers right and all this stuff, and I was like, that's probably just everyone. But this Uber CEO is kind of a crazy.
So I'm saying I think
Bad
there was some
guy.
parallels because
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend it. I'll give that a B.
Yeah.
But it was.
Is
like,
he still the Uber
entertaining.
CEO or he got? Didn't he get?
No. I mean, it's a spoiler, I guess, but it's real life.
I mean, it's real.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like it's actual
no.
real life.
But yeah,
That was it?
That was a good one.
I was gonna say I haven't really seen JGL and something new in a while.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, so I would recommend that to watch. And then the last thing was I watched the first 2 episodes of Beckham, and I'll give that a B+.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy it. I already followed him on Instagram, but I didn't really know anything about him other than like he's just a cool
Yeah.
guy, like tattoos
Totally.
and everything.
I
But
really had no idea.
He's gained a fan. I'm a fan
Same.
of him now. Like
Has there ever really truly been a hotter it couple than those two?
The two of them,
They're
like,
like
when did he
We're
start
so cool.
getting tattoos?
It
Because like
is
all this old
incredible.
footage of him, he's like picture perfect. Like no, he
Later in
just became
life.
bad boy. Like when did that happen?
when he got that buzz cut and everybody
Yeah.
lost their shit.
Wait, what? Oh, so is that in the documentary?
Yeah. Well, you only
Okay.
watched 2
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah. Damn. I'm
I also
excited for that.
something about every time they like, it's crazy and it was like the simplest thing, but Victoria Adams, they were like, oh, Victoria Adams,
Yeah.
Victoria Adams.
Crazy.
And I was
that
like,
threw me off.
damn, Victoria Adams. Obviously, we've only
know her as
Victoria
Victoria
Beckham, and it's,
But like
yeah,
Victoria Adams is
Yeah.
also a great name.
yep,
Yeah, but I never like the whole.
But I guess she became Victoria Beckham pretty quick because they did get
yeah.
married.
They got
like-
married they got married young, and
Yeah.
obviously started having kids.
I also don't like know the rules of soccer really. So when that play happened and it was like the red flag,
Yeah,
I'm like, I know he got kicked out, but I'm like, did something else happen, or is people are just pissed because he couldn't play, like in the game, the rest of the game,
no,
like, and that's why they lost because he was a good player.
You get a red card, you're taken off, and you have to play down a man.
Oh my god!
So it's like
I
it's
didn't realize the down man.
Yes, it's uneven. It's not like you get hit with a red card, you can't sub somebody new in. It's he gets taken off, and they have to play a man down the whole rest of the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even still though, that reaction is absurd. Like
Yeah. And
There's
the
been
guy
so many
totally
worse
played
things
into
in
like he
sports.
was fine.
Yeah, but it was just like
no.
There's been such worse.
Right,
No,
but
it sucks
soccer
because
fans-
he clearly like he reacted, and you like can't react, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't have been.
I would have moved to America if I was him and never come back. If like when that happened, be like fuck you, like fuck this country.
Yeah, it was it seemed like it was a dark period of time for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I watched.
Yeah. All right, well, those are all the things we watched this week.